Hi everyone. Are you planning on starting a New Year's resolution this Friday? Maybe? If you are, you've come to the right place because that's what I'm going to be discussing a little bit today is just some guidelines that will really work for any kind of diet / exercise plan you may be thinking about starting on Friday, which is New Year's Day. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Christine Garrison. I'm a health coach. I own Small Steps Coaching. This is my Facebook business page. So if you haven't been here before, come on over and join us and say hi. I help midlife women feel younger so that they can get out and enjoy their lives more. So today, New Year's resolutions. What are we going to do about those? So those of you who may not know me already, like I said, I just want to start with my general diet philosophy, if I'll call it that, and that is I don't really have one. I think diet or eating the way people eat is very, very, very individual. And just because somebody's mother, brother, sister, spouse, best friend, whoever has had amazing success on keto or low carb or vegan or vegetarian doesn't mean you will. So we're all completely unique and individual, and we really need to keep that in mind when we're picking a diet plan. And besides that, we're all individual. All diet plans are very different, right? They have very different philosophies behind that. So you have to look at what that philosophy is, and are you willing to incorporate that into your life long term? Long term is the key there. Not short term, you can do anything short term, but then the second you stop doing that, then all the progress goes away. So think about when you pick a plan, can you keep this up basically forever in the general form or the guidelines of the diet. So a couple things with diets. There are some things, no matter how different the diets are, that they all do tend to agree on, and that's what I wanted to just talk about today. So the number one thing I'd say that all different diet philosophies agree on is trying to cut out or severely restrict ultra-processed foods. So what's an ultra-processed food? You probably already have a good idea, but it's anything that probably comes in a box or a bag or something like that, and you turn it over and you see the ingredients list on the back of the box or the bag, and there's 76 words on this ingredients list, and you probably can't pronounce most of them, don't know what they mean, certainly aren't in your kitchen cupboard right now, and they may have some numbers thrown in there too, right? It's all nonsensical. So that's a great example of an ultra-processed food. So those are the kind of things we're trying to avoid. Also, I hate to break it, fast food is also considered ultra-processed food. So whatever diet plan or diet philosophy you're going with, vegan, vegetarian, keto, low carb, they all on a whole would not favor ultra-processed foods. Now, somebody could be keto or be vegan and eat nothing but packaged processed foods that are strictly technically keto or strictly technically vegan, right? Oreos and Doritos are vegan. Doesn't mean it's healthy. So if you're following a certain diet philosophy or plan and it doesn't seem to be working for you, you have to kind of look at it. Is everything that you're eating come out of a box or a bag and have ingredients that you don't recognize? So maybe it's not that plan or philosophy, it's the product that you're actually eating. So cutting down on ultra-processed foods, they all agree on cutting down on added sugar. So added sugar is nobody's friend. It tastes good, but it's nobody's friend. So they all agree on cutting down on added sugar. They all agree on fiber, that fiber is important. Fiber, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I love to talk about fiber in your gut microbiome. And you've got microbes in your gut, and that's what they eat. And if you are not feeding your guys in your gut fiber, then they will start to eat the mucus layer inside of your intestine, which you don't want that to happen. That's not a good thing. Please feed them fiber so they have something to eat. So fiber is, anything that is plant-based basically is fiber. So making sure, and even if you're doing keto or low carb, there are still plenty of high fiber or fiber options that you can get on those diets too. But really pay attention and make sure you're actively incorporating those fiber foods into your diet if you're on a plan that, you know, tends to shy away from, let's say, carbohydrates. Okay. And then the last thing that just about all, you know, diets agree upon is increasing your veggies and or fruit. So eating the rainbow of veggies and fruit, super important, gives you lots of nutrition, micronutrients that is just amazingly important for our overall health, and incorporating those as much as possible. The other thing I want you to think about with whatever diet plan you intend to maybe try for your New Year's resolution is is so individual. You really have to ask yourself, how are you feeling on this diet? Do you feel like you have good energy? Are you starving after 2 hours? You should be able to go 3 to 4 hours before your next meal. And if you're not able to go 3 to 4 hours, then maybe you need to start looking at that diet again. Again, it's so individual. Some people have great success being vegan. Some people have great success being on keto. Really, it comes down to your individual status. If you can get some blood work done and find out, you know, what's your cholesterol, what are your triglycerides, what's your blood pressure right now, and then have it reevaluated again in 3 months from now and see how things have changed. Have they improved? Have they not improved? Sometimes people get worse on certain diet plans, so you need to keep track of those things to know if it's working for you. And again, with diet, I even hate using the word diet, because when we use the word diet, what do we think of? We think of restriction. We think of, you know, I can't have this, or I can only have this many calories. Anything that you restrict long term, you will eventually have a rebound effect. So I'm not a big fan of restrictions, really, whether it's whole food groups or calories. Anything that you restrict can tend to rebound. So be careful with restriction. Besides diet, the other big New Year's resolution category is exercise. So what are some things that are general guidelines for exercise? Again, no matter what exercise you choose to do. My number one most, I think, important thing for exercise is you have to enjoy it. I don't care if running is like the fastest, best way to get in shape super quick. That's great. I hate to run. Therefore, I do not run. It doesn't matter that running may be the best. I hate it. So you have to find something that you actually enjoy so that you will stick with it, because the goal is not to do this for, 3 months or 6 months. The goal is to find something you enjoy and that you do for the rest of your life. So pick something that is fun and you want to do. Now, you might have to try a couple of things out before you find that thing. That's okay. Keep trying new things out. Find what you actually fall in love with. Besides having fun, you need to be realistic and schedule your exercise. If it's not in your calendar or day planner or your phone or whatever, it may not happen. And when I say realistic, I really mean realistic. So we all have a tendency to think our future self is going to have way more time, way more energy, not have any stressful situations pop up out of the blue, and of course we'll be able to work out at the gym for an hour every day. Yeah, my future self is totally on that. Well, if you couldn't do that routine this week or last week, guess what? Next week is not going to be any better than last week. So be realistic. What can you realistically fit into your crazy life that has things pop up out of the blue, left and right? What can you realistically fit into it right now, today, this week? Start small. Small little steps. Again, I've talked before on my channel about, you see the mountain and I'm going to run to the top of that mountain New Year's Day, and you start running up that mountain, and by 2 weeks, you're dying and you're rolling down the hill, and with your cuts and bruises, and it's just a mess, right? And I'm not going back up that mountain. That mountain's horrible. Well, if you just take one step over the rock in front of you one day, and the next day you step over the next rock in front of you, pretty soon you're going to be at the top of the mountain. So it's really about small, simple steps that you can do every day. And I literally mean small. I mean with exercise, it could be 1 minute, 5 minutes, right? You think, I'm not gonna get in shape if I do 1 minute of exercise. The hardest part is getting started. So if you tell yourself, all I have to do is 1 minute, I literally have to go outside, walk around the block, however big or small your block is, and that's all I have to do. That's not too hard to do. You can get yourself out there to do 1 minute or 5 minutes of exercise. And once you're already out there, guess what happens? Probably 9 times out of 10, well, I'm already here, I've already got my shoes on, I might as well keep on going. Okay, so it's a little trick. It is a little trick. It gets your little impulsive toddler brain to be quiet and take a back seat and go, okay, fine, you can do that. So start small, keep it easy, keep it simple. Remember, it really is taking small steps every day. And the bottom line is, this is all about progress, not perfection. You will never be perfect in any diet plan you do. You will never be perfect with any exercise plan you ever conceive, right? It's about sticking with it even when life is smacking you in the face and things aren't going the way you plan. Okay, what's the smallest step you can take to stick with it? Because that's really how, at the end of the day, that's how you achieve that long-term goal, is the tiny little steps. Progress, not perfection. So if those of you are new and have not seen anything on my channel before, come on over to Small Steps Coaching, our Facebook page, and I have lots of other Facebook Lives, and I talk about sleep and the gut microbiome and stress reduction and all sorts of fun things. Hopefully you'll find something very informative there, and good luck on your New Year's resolution. Leave a comment in the section below if you have a New Year's resolution, what it is. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'd love to answer them. All right, so that's all for today. Bye, you guys, and I'll see you next time.